Chrome for iOS, Google Drive for iOS, Sony Soundforge coming to OS X, run Android apps on your Mac, and Bob Mansfield retiring. So long, MobileMe. It's Friday, June 29th, 2012, and this is iWake. I'm Tim Chaten, and this is what's going on in the Apple world today. Good morning and welcome to another edition of iWake. As promised today, we will wrap up the rest of Google's announcements at Google I/O. The two big announcements for iOS users are regarding apps. Google is showing off and providing apps to iOS users. Those apps are Google Chrome and Google Drive. Both apps run great on both the iPad and iPhone. Sadly, there was no mention of Google Maps for iOS. I was hopeful we would hear about this very important app, as the Apple built-in one will be going away with iOS 6 as they move to their own mapping system. Google Chrome for iOS supports all of the nifty features Chrome is known for, including tab syncing across all Chrome instances, your Mac, PC, and wherever you have Chrome running. It also lets you load up an unlimited number of tabs. This is something that Safari limits you on to 8, I believe. There is some voice input integration on the iPad version as well. So if you're running an iPad 2, you're able to actually have voice input, unlike that of Safari. And that's a pretty cool thing indeed. So lots of fun stuff in this app to try out and play around with. I personally won't be using this as my main browser, as Safari does everything I need. And with the iCloud tab syncing, that will bring some cool things as well that is available in Chrome. And I'd just rather use the Apple built-in one. The other Google app to drop yesterday was Google Drive. The Dropbox competitor app lets you view your Google Drive content and open up that content in supported apps. I believe an API was released for Drive this week, so fairly soon apps will be able to write to this online storage. A nifty set of releases all around. Hopefully, as I've said before, Google Map does make its way onto iOS sooner rather than later in a method from Google rather than Apple. In other news is Sony teasing the upcoming release of Soundforge for the Mac. The video teases by stating, "The wait is over. Rethought, reshaped, recreated, reinvented for the Mac." No release date or expected announcement date was teased, though. Hopefully this one comes out sooner rather than later so we can just have it. I don't personally have a need for this app, but the more options for audio editing on the Mac, the better. The app for the PC retails for $500, but can be had on Amazon for a little over $300. So I'd expect that price range for the Mac as well. That is, unless they opt for a lower price and put it on the Mac App Store. Another thing that can run on your Mac is now Android apps. According to the press release, the BlueStacks app player for Mac OS X supports both Lion and Snow Leopard. You can test drive a fixed set of curated apps for the first release. In the very near future, BlueStacks will let you select from over 400,000 Android apps to play on your Mac. Pretty cool. Now, only if Apple would let us run iOS apps on our Mac and dashboard, that would be something rather special. Next up today is the sad news that a rather important VP at Apple has decided to retire. This will be the first big departure of a VP since Steve Jobs has left Apple. According to the press release, Apple announced that Bob Mansfield, Apple's Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering, will retire and the role will be transitioned to Dan Riccio, Apple's Vice President of iPad Hardware Engineering, and this will happen over the next several months. The entire hardware team will continue to report to Mansfield until his departure. So this will probably be Mansfield's last iPhone that he's had to work with, and this will be the last year of Mansfield-inspired work, which is a sad thing, as he's done some great work. According to Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, Bob has been an instrumental part of our executive team, leading the hardware engineering organization and overseeing the team that has delivered dozens of breakthrough products over the years. We are very sad to have him leave and hope he enjoys every day of his retirement. So he is retiring. He is not moving on to another career path. He has enough money to enjoy life with his family, and the Apple income has provided him that to him. So he's been with Apple quite a long time, I believe since the late 90s, and I believe he was with Steve at next computing, but I could be wrong there. I know he's been with Apple quite a long time, though. Next up is Virgin Mobile opening their first retail store in Chicago. Why are they opening the store? The iPhone, of course. Because of the popularity of the iPhone, this prepaid carrier is attempting to be successful at selling the iPhone in their retail stores and selling it with a prepaid plan. So basically, you'll pay higher for the device itself, but have plans starting at just $30 a month. And this may be a good option for many of those out there. So best of luck to Virgin Mobile. This will be the second U.S. carrier to do so on the prepaid basis. The first, of course, being Cricket. In other news, I just want to highlight a frequently asked question post on Apple's website. The FAQ answers some questions about the Retina display. I wanted to highlight how cool it is that apps now have a high-resolution, low-resolution check mark to let you easily turn on high-res or low-res. But more helpful is the ability to actually see on your Retina MacBook Pro which apps have been optimized for your display. They've done things like this in the past for PowerPC and Intel. But anyways, a cool little FAQ to just read up on, even if you don't own the machine. The link to this FAQ is over on the show notes at iWakePodcast.com. Go check it out. Last up today, I simply want to remind everyone that this Sunday, we all say bye-bye to MobileMe. Apple will be shutting it down, so here's your final reminder to back up your iDisk and pull off any photos you may have on your photo galleries. If you want to download the apps, they're still up for the next few days at least. If you just want to have them around, MobileMe, iDisk, and photo galleries are still available to download at the time of this recording. It was a good time with MobileMe, but I'm glad to have your big brother iCloud to replace you. And here's to no more transitions anymore with cloud services from Apple. May iCloud be a long and healthy one. Bye-bye, MobileMe. Before closing out the show today, I just want to remind everyone that iWake Again is airing tomorrow, as today is Friday and tomorrow is Saturday. iWake Again is for those that want to support iWake. It's $10 a month, and that gives you a way to donate to the Monday through Friday show, as well as get extra content on Saturday, a 30-minute show every Saturday, where I do interviews and discussions with those that like Apple products, and some people that don't like Apple products for even more fun discussions. So that is on Saturday, which is tomorrow. If you would like to join the iWake Again community, head on over to iWakePodcast.com/again. Once again, to sign up, head on over to iWakePodcast.com/again. Thanks to those that have signed up. It really does mean a lot to me, and it really encourages me as well to keep the show going. So thanks so much. Well, that's what's going on in the Apple world today. That will do this week for some of us, but not everyone. I will talk to, again, subscribers tomorrow, and I'll talk to everyone else on Monday. Have a great weekend. Aloha.